If you're looking for a roulette strategy where you can have good returns and not that much risk and no PTSD, then guys, you're in the right place. What's going on, guys? This is Mel from Roulette Rounders, and we are back. We are back in the lab. All right. Um, so we took what is it, like 2 weeks? I was 1 week in the resort and then 1 week in the city. And we had some live actions. Um, and I did learn a few things. So if you guys have been following me for any time now, I've reiterated the split strategy and I developed it and then made it better and then better and better where I was pretty consistent. And I went to the live action and the video before this, maybe like two videos before this. Um, we did one split strategy where like we were playing with the racetrack, and a lot of you guys really enjoyed that. And then so what I did was I went to live action, and instead of having a $400 bankroll, I had like a $200 bankroll, which is smaller. And then their minimum was like $2. So it wasn't even like 10 cents, like how it was here. And then I tried to do two different strategies, which is one, the split strategy that I developed, and then two, the racetrack strategy, the one that everybody liked, like two videos before this. And I tried to combine it. And let me tell you what happened. So when in the live action, kick my ass. All right, kick my ass. It was like one, there was like a dollar table. That one kicked my ass, took my $100. Then I went to the machine where they also had the regular real dealer, but then you get to pick in the machine, which was better, right? Because like now I can like pick, but then the live dealer was there, so that was pretty awesome. And then their minimum bets was a little bit lower. It started with like 50 cents, right? I was able to rack up an extra $200 on that one. Okay. A friend of mine, which is like 12 hours away from the city, and on bus, went all the way to come see me. It was like one of my old best friends. And it's tough out here in Southeast Asia if you're not making dollars, right? So, I was able to help him out there. And then my friend from the US, he came out here and then he went to visit with his family. I spent 5 days with him at that resort that I was telling you guys about. And then all three of us met up, and these are like my two childhood friends. And then I brought them to the casino in the city, and they really enjoyed. We really enjoyed. Now, here's what happened. What happened was the next day, everybody went home. And then I started to play on the live action again. And then what I tried to do was try to play because I really missed the chips. So then how many of you guys can relate? Like, I'm sick of the computer and then I don't want to play in a computer anymore. So what I did right before we flew back, I played with the live chips, but then their minimum was $2, like $2 chips. And I only had $200. So imagine that, like, I'm trying to play two different strategies, my splits and then the one in the race, and then I lost my shirt. So, yeah. So then, I got back and then I still haven't started to record, right? Because I had like a bunch of recorded videos. Yeah, somebody was asking, is like, hey, how come you're not answering the chat? Guys, it's because this video is recorded. I just schedule it. That way I could record a bunch and I could batch my recordings. And then, spend time with my wife and my kids. So anyways, the other night I started to try a different strategy with the race wheel because somebody said it's like, hey, it could go up to like 19 progression and still not go back to the area, which you are correct, right? And that's what happened. So what I did was I doubled down on my split strategy, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. Okay. Now, let me explain the split strategy real quick on this board right here. Okay. And then I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna show you guys how it was before, which it works, right? Like I would use this one and make $50 consistently. And if you guys have been watching me for like almost a month now, I've been consistently making $50 a day, $50 a day, with a $400 bankroll. Okay. And the way it works is this. Let's say something came out, right? Like let's say two came out. I would wait for a trigger, okay? And my trigger would be whatever number comes out next to the number 2, okay? So anyways, the first principle is like whatever I do on the first dozen, I would also do on the second dozen, and I would do on the third dozen. So what does that mean? That means if 2 came out, right? In my mind, 14 also came out, because if you can see right here, this is the second dozen, 14 would be where 2 is. And then 26, which is the third dozen, is where 2 would be. And that's, so if 2 came out, that means 14 came out and 26 came out. Now, the trigger is whatever comes out next has to be next to the 2 or next to the 14 or next to the 26, okay? Meaning if the next number that comes out is 12, that is not a trigger. I don't want to play that, okay? But if 6 came out, 5, 4, 1, or 3, that is a trigger. That means I'm going to play that next round, right? So if 3 came out after the 2, right, I'm going to be picking 3 and 2. But because the principle is whatever I do in the first dozen, I'm going to do in the second dozen, I'm also going to pick 15 and 14. And then next, I'm also going to pick 27 and 26. Now, if you guys have been following me, you guys understand this already. If you haven't, go back to the other videos for you to understand. I'm going to play it, okay? Now, here's the difference. Here's like the iteration that I did. And I know I said this is the final iteration, but man, I keep finding a better way to do this, in my opinion, right? I tested it in low budget, like 10 cents, maybe 4 times. I played it in 10 cent 4 times, 4 different cycles, 4 different times. And each time the progression never goes over tier 2. Now, I have no idea if it's going to go over tier 2 this time, because I'm going to be playing with dollars and I'm going to have a $400 bankroll, right? But I can tell you, I tested it with a 10 cents in the other server 4 different times, and it doesn't go over. And so what do I mean? What I mean is my progression goes like this: dollar, dollar, dollar. That's round 1, round 2, round 3. Then the next one is going to be tier 2. So the first one is tier 1, round 1, round 2, round 3 is all a dollar. Next progression is like if I still lose, if I lose round 1, boom, I bet $1. Round 2, $1. Round 3, $1. Then my next tier is $2, right? I double it. And then it's $2, $2, $2. Okay, you guys already know that progression, right? I don't know what you call it. There's no such thing as a martingale with that kind of tier stepping process that I've known, right? So I don't know. Maybe I developed it. We'll call it the Mel's progression, right? Now, what's the difference on here? Well, the difference is, let's say the first round, it becomes a trigger, but then then I miss. And then the second one is not a trigger. The difference that I did here was, instead of waiting for the next trigger to come out for me to bet, I continue to bet, but only on the first trigger. Okay? That means I don't bet on the second. Like, okay, so let's say round 2 hits, I still bet on the first trigger, right? And then third round comes, and it still doesn't hit. And there's still no trigger. I still bet on the first trigger, but I still call it round 3. Now, let me show you guys what I mean, okay? So let me, I'm going to go penny here. I'm going to play this. I'm going to go instant play. So back then, I would go like this. What came out? 31, right? So 31. Then I'm going to play it again just to see what comes out next, because the trigger has to be next to here. So it has to be 34, 35, 32, 29, 28. Or since it's a second tier, right? This is the third dozen. This is the second dozen. The next trigger has to be 16, 17, 20, 23, or 22. Or on the first dozen, the trigger has to be 4, 5, 8, 11, and 10. Okay? Since this is the one that came out. So let's see what happens if this is going to be a trigger. Okay. 26. 31's right here, 26 right here. That is not a trigger, because see, there's a space right here. None of these numbers came out. Okay? None of these numbers came out. So that is not a trigger. Okay? But let's just wait for a trigger. Okay. 26, 12 is over here. Okay. 26 is right here. 12 would be where 36 is. And you see right here, that is not a trigger. Look, there's still a space between here. If 27, 30, 29, 28, 25 came out, then that would be a trigger. Or if 15, 18, 17, 16, 13, that would be a trigger. Or 3, 6, 5, 4, 1, that would be a trigger. But it's not. 12 came out, which is where 36 is, which is where 24 is. I know it seems confusing. Somebody's like saying, oh my God, it's the most confusing explanation I've ever heard. I'm sorry, but I mean, I can only explain it the way that I'm doing because I don't know how else to explain it. Okay, so I'm going to hit it again to see if a trigger comes out. 14. Okay, 14 would be where 2 is. So that is still not a trigger. Okay, so let me see here. If I go one more. Okay, so 14 and 17, that is a trigger. Okay, so I haven't been betting on any of that because trigger hasn't came out. Now a trigger came out. So how am I going to bet? So let me clear this. This is how I bet. Since 17 is in the middle, okay, I'm going to bet right here, 17 and 20. And then whatever I do on this does it, I'm going to do in the second, in the first one and in the third one. So I'm going to go 5 and 8 and then 29 and 32 because this was a trigger for me. Okay. Now, what it still seems the same as all my other ones, right? Here's the difference. If I play it, okay, this is a trigger. So I'm going to go on to round 2. That's a trigger. Okay. Now, let's go to round 2. I'm going to go boom, boom, boom. That's round 2. Hit it. Okay. And then that didn't hit again. So it didn't hit again. Okay. Now I'm going to go to round 3. I'm just going to go boom, boom, boom. The reason is I'm supposed to go between these two, right? But who cares for now? Okay. I just want to go to the next tier. Show you guys what the difference is. Okay. So that one I hit. So let's see where we're at. So we're still at -2. Okay. -2 cents. That's okay. I'm trying to explain this the right way. Okay. So 20 and 2 is not a trigger. Okay. Let's say I'm trying to explain the one where it's not a trigger. So let me see here. Let's just pretend that I'm going to bet here. Okay. Let's say this was a trigger and then I hit it. Okay. Dang, and then it's another trigger, so I have to do it. Hold on, I'm trying to get one where it's not a trigger, so I show you guys what I mean. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me double this and try to get this money back real quick. Okay, 0. Okay. So let's say, stupid machine. Let's say that the only thing that came out was these two, like the last two up here, 6 and 9, 18 and 21, 30 and 33. Okay. Let's say those are the only ones that came out and then 0 came out. And I'm only in round 1. Basically what I do is let's say this is round 1. I keep betting on the same round, right? Instead of waiting for the next trigger, right? It's so hard to explain. Hold on. Let me double this, see if I could get our money back. Okay. So we got our money back, right? So, sorry. Okay. Let me bet 1. Okay, I'm going to bet 1. I really want to get to the second trigger without it. So let's say that was a trigger and we bet. This is the first one. Okay. So it keeps on landing next to it. Let's say it didn't land next to it. Let's say it landed on 13, just for explanation's sake. Okay. The second round, I'm not going to bet on 13 and 14. I'm just going to repeat my bet on the last one. That would be my round 2. And then let's say there's no trigger again. Let's say it lands on 15 on the third one. Okay. So I'm not going to bet on 13 and 14. I'm not going to bet on 15 and 14. I'm just going to bet on the original. And that would be my third round. And then let's say I hit it again and it still doesn't hit. Let's say it hits 24. Now I'm on tier 2. Now I'm going to be betting $2 on the 24 and 23. I hope that makes sense. I know it's like kind of hard, but let me put it into action. This one is not agreeing with us. It's like it's not going to where I don't want it to go. But I guarantee you when it goes to the real table, it's going to do that. Okay, so let's go over to the real table. All right. And sorry for the confusing explanation, but hopefully you guys are still here. All right, let's do 21 minutes for the first half. Our goal is $50. Okay, using the new and improved, hopefully. I only tried it 4 times, but hopefully it sticks with us. So 13 and 32. So 13 is right here, 32 is right here. That is not a trigger. Okay. So 13 and 3, right? 3 would be where 15 is. That is not a trigger. Okay. So we're not jumping on. We're not jumping in. Okay. We're just trying to make a measly $50. I think hopefully, right? Because I mean, I play these things with a goal in mind to show you guys. But I think this way of doing it, instead of waiting, it was pretty profitable. Like we got to $50 to $60 really, like pretty quickly. So hopefully that'll be the case here. So cross our fingers, guys. Okay. And I think you guys will really like it, especially if you've been following me. If you've been following me, you guys are gonna love this. Okay. So 13 and 14. Okay, so that is a trigger. Okay, so 14, 17, 2 and 5, 26 and 29. That's round 1. Okay. Why? Because 3 and 14 is a trigger, right? 3, 14 would be where 2 is. That's a trigger. Round 1, tier 1. Pay attention to this. Hopefully, I mean, I tried it 4 times, like I said, with the 10-cent ones. This is the first time I'm playing it with dollars. $400 bankroll. Yeah. So full transparency, I'm gonna be withdrawing like $1,000 and giving it to my wife soon, like tonight. So, okay, so that was round 1. Okay, we're gonna go round 2 because 18 is right here. Round 2. So still looks the same from how I used to play, right? Round 2. Okay. Yeah, my plan was to build the bankroll up to like $5,000 and then bet a little bit higher because it seems a lot of people are more excited for the higher bets. They think the $5 bankroll challenge is boring, which I understand, right? So, but I don't want to pull up any of my own money. I want to use the money that I won with these little $50 hits. And, but then, wifey's like, hey, we took a vacation and, and this and that. I was like, okay, cool. Okay, 29. Okay. So we're at $18. $18. All right. That was in round 2. All right. So far, so good. That is a trigger for us. So we're going to continue to bet, right? 18 was up here where 30 is. Okay. So stick with me, guys. Stick with me because I'm very excited about this strategy. So hopefully you guys are also. So we're back in round 1, tier 1. It is, as far as the progression, it can get pretty high up there if it starts missing. But I don't know, man. There's something about this way of betting that is pretty good so far. So hopefully. Okay, 14. What was that? 29 and 4. Oh, 34. Okay. So, okay, watch this. So this is not a trigger, but I'm still going to go to round 2 and I'm still going to repeat the bet. This is the difference. Okay. So if you guys have been following me, to me, this is still round 2. This is not a trigger. So I'm not betting on that, but I'm doing the original for round 2. Okay. And, instead of waiting for the other trigger, which is what I usually do. And then so it's, like I said, it's been working out well. Okay. We'll see. This one is not working out well. So that's round 2. Now, that is not a trigger. So I'm going to repeat again for round 3. Still same bet, right? Because right here, this is not a trigger, 34 and 35. But now we're around 3, but I'm still betting on the original. That's the difference. On the other videos, progression or the other iteration of this, I wouldn't bet at all, right? Then I stumbled into this and I was like, I'm just gonna bet, right? And then we're done with this tier, right? If it doesn't hit, if this doesn't hit, we're done with this tier. Okay, 15. Okay, so we're done with this tier. So now we're in tier 2, round 1. Okay, but that is also not a trigger. So this would be perfect for our 4-corner hustler video, but we're not going to do that right now. That has not been tested. That's just something that I always notice. Like if it goes to the corner, 34, 25, you see corner here. And if you just bet on the corners, it starts to go back. But anyways, squirrel. So tier 2, we're on tier 2, round 1 on the next trigger. Okay, tier 2, round 1 on the next trigger, which we have, depending on where this lands, this was 15. Okay, 28. Okay, so not a trigger, not a trigger, not a trigger. But man, I'm so excited for you guys to see this. Seriously. I mean, 4 times is still not, not enough not enough play time, but I think it looks pretty promising. I tried to do the racetrack one. Man, we got our ass or our butt kicked. I don't know if like YouTube lowers down the rankings whenever they hear people swear. So lower down our we tried to do the racetrack and we got our butt kicked the other day. Okay, 15. Oh, 32. Okay. What is that? 28 and 32. Okay. So that is a trigger. So we're going to go, but we're in tier 2 now. You see? Tier 2. So we're $2 base bets, right? $400 bankroll. And let's see. Tier 2, round 1. Okay, round 1. And again, if we lose this 400, you guys are here to see it live. All right. But I think with the nature of the roulette wheel, hopefully we found the right way. We found it. Oh, 11. Okay. What is that? 32 and 11. So this is going to be round 2. Okay. Round 2, tier 2. Okay. Because they're next to each other. 32 would be right here. 11 would be right here. Okay. Now stick with me. I know it's kind of weird, but I don't know. I mean, we tested it 4 different times on the 10-cent wheel. Hopefully this will be, the 5th one. Tier 2, round 2. Tier 2, round 2, guys. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Let's see where it goes. 33. Okay. All right. So that is. Oh, and by the way, so this is tier 3. I really want to bring back where we double on tier 3, but I don't want to yet because this is we only have a $400 bankroll with this one. So tier 3, round 3. What I noticed too in the live action, the person's hand also makes a difference. Okay. So I was trying to do the both split strategy and the racetrack. And the lady, the way that she was spinning was like, she was like waiting and then spinning. Man, that really messed us up. Like they kicked our butts with that. This is round 3, guys. Let's see, where did we land? Oh, round 3, where'd it go? 2, okay. All right. We are on tier 3. Of course, when I'm showing you guys live, now we're at $4. We're at $4 base bets, okay? You got to go to round 1. But see, that's not a trigger for us. 33 and 2. Okay, so all 4 times I never went over tier 2, Now it's like we're going to tier 3, of course, right? But let's see. Let's see. 23. Okay, so that is not a trigger, right? Because 2 would be where 14 is. That's pretty far. But hey, I mean, I tried it 4 times and it worked all 4 times. This is the 5th time, maybe. We might have to go back to the original if this doesn't work out, but I don't think so, though. I have faith. Okay? That's why we have the bankroll. So this is gonna be tier 3. I'm still drinking this Asian Starbucks. 26. Okay, that's still not a trigger. Okay. It's 35 would be where 23 is. 26 would be right here. Not a trigger for us. $10 minutes to go. We're just trying to make 50 bucks, guys. 50 bucks. Come on now. Who is dealing? This is Aurora. Come on, Aurora. It was a solid girl. So we're in tier 3, which is $4 base, right? One. Okay. So 26 and 1, that's good. Let's go. Let's try to get lucky here. 26. $2, $4. Okay. Tier 3, round 1. 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Yeah, I mean, 1 win, 7 losses. Why does this always happen? How can we make it so we have some good cycles? And I can't even see like how the girl is like spinning, you know? But I'm telling you, when we were in the live action. Oh, okay. So that's round 1. So look, round 2, we're going back. Okay, round 2. Okay. Because it wasn't a trigger, but we're still doing the round 2. I know it's a little dangerous, a little risky. Before I would wait, but let's see. Two, tier 3. Okay. So that is a trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 4. Okay, this is round 3. Okay, so that was a trigger. This is round 3. $4 base. And again, I could be completely wrong with this strategy. Right? It's like everybody's like, just stick with what works, Mel. But boom! Where are we at? Where are we at? What? What happened? It didn't record. No idea. 382. It did not record that one. So let me go see. Maybe my blocker is not working. Pause on all sites. Refresh. That did not record. Okay. But we're still not in the green. So 35. So that was okay, round 1. Round 2. All right, so we're on round 2. All right. Round 2. We're at 370. All right, we're on round 2. 19 was right here. That was round 1. 35 is round 2. Okay. 22. Of course. 22. 22. All right, round 3. This is not how it went on the first 4 times that we did, but we got to stick with it. We got 6 minutes left. So you guys get to see exactly like what the heck is happening whenever I think about these things. But yeah, I mean, we did get 1 win. Got us close to even again. If we hit this one, this is round 3, tier 1. Okay. Let's see. Round 3, tier 1. Of course, the internet. Boom. Okay, we're in profit, guys. $3. Okay. We are in profit. So 21. Okay. So far, so good. All right, we're going to go back down to round 1. Okay, because 22 is right here, right? Which is where 34 would be. And then here's the one that came out, 31. So we're back to round 1, tier 1. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Of course, when I'm demonstrating, like, this is the cycle that we get. But hey, we'll take what we can get, all right? Our goal is $50, okay? Okay, round 1, tier 1. Okay, so now we're going to round 2. You see what we're doing different? We're still betting, but we're not betting on these up here because they're not a trigger, but we're still betting on round 2. That is the biggest difference with this strategy. If you guys have been following me, you know what I'm talking about. Before, I wouldn't even bet at all. I would just wait, which, you know, at this point in time, we still don't know if that's a good decision or a bad decision. Is the good decision still to wait for the next trigger? We don't know yet. Because you guys know it can get a little bit, you know, nerve-wracking. Okay, 33 and 15. That was round 2. This is going to be round 3. Okay, 15 is right here. 31 is right here. So that's still not a trigger, but I'm still betting right here. Okay. All right. So we're in round 3, tier 1. 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Man, the first 4 ones was so good. This one is like giving us a hard time. Maybe because it was in the other server and not in this one. Because, you know, this server has like a smaller wheel. You know, this studio. The other server with the 10-cent bets has a bigger wheel. Okay. So that was round 3. Right? So we're going to go to tier 2. There's no trigger yet. Okay. And we're minus $15. So there's no trigger. But we're going to go to the next tier at $2. So let's see. Look at that. A lot of blacks. A lot of blacks right here. But let me know, guys, if let me know if it's the first time you guys are seeing this or if you guys have been following me. Put in the comments like I get it. If you guys have been following me and you understand what I'm doing, like with the triggers and stuff. Okay, 35. Okay. So now we're gonna go. This is a trigger, but we are in $2. Okay, $2. Round 1, tier 2. Round 1, tier 2. 2 minutes to go. We're just trying to get to $50, guys. We're just trying to get to $50. But when the cycle is like this, it's like, wow. It's like, way to go, Mel. Trying to show everybody. And of course, like, you know, I don't do any editing on these guys. So if you guys notice, I just play, upload, play, upload. So, okay, round 1, tier 2, 30. Okay. Round 2. So that is not a trigger. We're in round 2. Okay. Who is stealing? Callie. Come on, Callie. Hook it up. Round 2, tier 2. 1 minute to go. But I did try the racetrack. I mean, I tried a couple different variations of the racetrack, and man, I just feel that this is a lot safer than that. Round 2, tier 2. Okay. 30, 13. Round 3, tier 2. Come on, man. Why do you do this? Here goes the corners again. 13. Maybe it'll go to the 12 or the 24, the 36. It's always that chance. Round 3, tier 2. Let's go, rounders. Thank you guys for watching. You guys, deal with my insanity. 34. See the corners. The corners. Okay. So we're at tier 3 again. Again, we're in tier 3. All right. And we're in the second half of this game. We did not get to make it. So we're in the second half of this game. There is no trigger. And we're at the $4 base bet in round 1. We're minus $51. We got up to the profits sign at $3 earlier. All right, come on now. 34. Give me a trigger. Crazy. 15. See, going back to those corners. Told you guys, 4 corner hustlers. This would have been in that 4 corner hustlers. So this is one of those times that it's going to the corners. Okay. I almost want to go to the other server. The other server is the one where we killed it. I think we can still do this. Okay, we're going to go $4 base bets. Round 1. Four corner hustler game again. Look at that. We would have done that. How many times would we have hit when it starts hitting the corners right here? We would have went here corner. We would have here corner. We would have hit. We went on 3 different times. 3 different times. We hit those corners. That's all right. We're gonna go round 1, tier 3, $4 base. If we could ever get a trigger. You know what they say, it's like it's bound to happen, right? It's about that time. And then people go, there's no such thing, right? The wheel doesn't have any memory. All right. It seems to remember the corners. So 13 or 1, 21, that's still a no for me. I know it's taking a while. Look at that, 1 win, 8 losses. And then the last one, I don't even know what it was. It was also like only 1 win, right? Everything else is a loss. And you're like, why the heck would I want to play this strategy? 21. Come on, Callie. Let's go. 8. Okay. All right. So 21 and 8. That's good for me. Let's do $4. All right. Round 1. Tier 1. $4 base. Let's go, rounders. Let's get lucky. Come on, Callie. It's like just when I'm like, I'm like excited to show you guys this new thing too. I'm all excited about it. Come on. Let's go. 27. Okay. Round 2. Okay, 27's right here. 8s would be right here, so that's not a trigger. So, round 2. This is good. I know it doesn't look good, but it is. Because if it hits, we actually win more. Okay. Round 2. Let's go. Come on, Callie. Round 2. Tier 3. Oh, corner again. 27.34. Round 3. Tier 3. Oh man, are we gonna go to $8 again? Come on now. We haven't gone the $8 route for a while. Are we even gonna hit it? 34. Round 3. Tier 3. Come on, Callie. Don't let me down, girl. I should hit 8 now. I'm doubling on my round 3s. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We're going to $8. Tier 4, guys. Tier 4. Tier 4. My goodness. And we got 15 minutes. And that is not a trigger. 34 and 26 is not a trigger. So we're going to go tier 4, round 1. I was so excited to show this to you guys. What the heck? Let's go. 1 win, 11 losses. You guys are like, what the heck, Mel? You're just stuck with, oh, still far. Look at that. Still not a trigger. That's roulette, guys. That's roulette. Playing with 10 cents and you're just like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. I'm gonna show this to these guys. But better that you see it. We're in an $8 base. How many bullets is that? $33. 31. Wow. Still no. That's still a no, guys. That is still a no. And the funny thing is we can't even see how they're spinning because of our lag of Wi-Fi here. At least in the live action, like I could see like why they're doing it. And they were just like waiting. But it's all right. 13 minutes left. We're trying to get to $8 base at round 1. Okay. So 31 and 7. So let's do this. $2, $4, $8. Round 1. Tier 4. $8 base. Come on, rounders. We need some luck here. We need some luck. Tier 1. I mean, tier 1. Round 1. Tier 4. Look at this. 11 losses. Let's go. This would be a bonus jackpot if this hits. I'd be really, really happy and appreciative. Boo! $117 gain. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna bet $1 just just because I wanna talk to you guys for a minute. Guys, $117 gain. I gotta admit, I was nervous there for a minute. Okay, we got 12 minutes to go. I was nervous, right? But that is the iteration, the final iteration. So far, this has been 5 times that I played this, and we're still in profit. Okay. We're at $4.99. All right. Let's just play it through. Let's see. That's round 2. Because I mean, after all that loss, I'm expecting a couple wins here. Okay, round 2. But if you guys like this, if you guys have any specific questions, put them in the comments. Okay. Some people are asking, how did you chat with me directly? I gotta set up something because like I do work, I do online marketing consulting. So if I'm gonna do consulting on this, like it has to be worth it. So maybe I'll set up a site. But as you guys can see, I don't do any editing on here. I do it on my extra time. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're, boom, we hit again. We're at 135. Should we keep on playing? We got 11 minutes. Ah, man. All right, let's just do one more. Let me know if so once you go through all of that, right? Like then this cycle, it goes towards like winning cycles, right? But you have to get past the messed up cycles, right? We got 10 minutes left. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this. Let me know where you guys are watching from in the comments. Okay, what is that? Round 1. Okay, 23. That's gonna be round 2. Okay. Our goal was $50, so that's why I'm playing. Okay. But yes, it did go to the $8 cycle. But man, guys, when we did it the other way, like we would have to wait and wait and wait. I know we waited here, but this is one of the worst ones. Like the first 4, like I said, the first 4 games, it was really good. And this is something that I could play live. And when I was playing it live, the other way, man, it was so tough to remember like where it was and the triggers. But I think this way it's easier to remember. But let me know. Let me know if it's easier to remember for you guys. So round 2. If this round doesn't hit, then I'm done. Okay, so this is round 3. So that's the difference, guys, right? That's the difference. Like I didn't, that way you guys can see the difference of like how I did that. Man, this is wrong, man. Why is it's saying 120 gain, but then I have 499. That means I only had a 99 gain. So this thing is, because I started with $400, guys. So simple math. It's not 120. But anyways, this is round 3. If this round doesn't hit, then we're done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Guys, build that bankroll. Okay, so we're done here. All right, we're at $4.99. We got $99 gain. Build that bankroll, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.